So, Rowan Kallick, the month of November has seen Tony Abbott in full-on diplomat mode in the lead-up to the G20 summit. I wonder, how is he seen as a statesman in the Asian region?
Well, statesman is, it's an ambit word. I think after 1 year, I'd reserve the word statesman a little bit for anyone. He's one of a whole group of new leaders in our region. So in the last 2 years, we've got new leaders in China, India, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, Australia. And so he's part of that group, and considering how he was regarded as internationally illiterate, or he was sneered at as an Anglophile, incompetent to deal with Asians, my view is he's done pretty well, and he's become someone who's reasonably well known and has got some real achievements on the board. We've had these two, and we're all expecting a third big trade deal on Monday, the China one, following South Korea and Japan. And our relations are pretty good, I would say, with the people that matter to us in our region. So, not bad.
Right, now, speaking of those FTAs, we've obviously already sealed one with Korea and with Japan, and there is one pending potentially in China. There is a little bit of tension there to balance right in terms of not seeming to favour one partner over the other in Asia. Is that something Tony Abbott has to be careful about with this Brisbane summit? Yes,
well, he was earlier accused, when he was hosting a visit from Shinzo Abe from Japan, that he seemed to be too friendly with him, and he referred indeed soon after he became Prime Minister to Japan as Australia's best friend in Asia. He hasn't repeated that phrase, and it's a good thing that finally Japan and China are coming to terms with each other, and there's a bit of détente starting there. And indeed that's something we all look for in the region, because the Asian value chain, production chain, really depends on everyone playing their part, and goods and services, to a smaller extent, moving around more freely. This is the success story on which East Asia has become the engine for world growth. And so a friction between the biggest and second biggest economy in our region was bad for the world, bad for us, and not good for us to be seen to putting all our eggs into either basket. I think it's fair to say that to some extent Australian businesses put a lot of eggs recently into the China basket, but now they can look at other opportunities. We've got free trade agreements with the ASEAN 10, who are holding up pretty well economically, and with Korea and with Japan, our second and third biggest export market.
And just finally, speaking of opportunity, in summary, would you think it's fair to say that Abbott has created some fantastic opportunities for both himself and Australian business in Asia, and it's now up to him to get the details right and take advantage of those opportunities?
That's right. I think it is. And of course, the more trade deals, in a sense, the more complex it is for business to work out which is more suitable, and there's a lot of complexity in rules of origin and so on. And indeed, if we finalise the TPP, the American-led Trans-Pacific partnership, then it's possible that with Malaysia, as an example, we could send goods into Malaysia under any one of 5 special preferential deals. So this is very complicated for business. So if we can help drive deals that are regional, that cover the whole area in some way, and there are 3 of those deals going on at the moment competitively, it should ultimately make things a lot easier. But as for now, those Australian companies that have seen competitors move ahead on the basis of being able to sell more cheaply in Korea, Japan, and I'm sure coming in China, we'll now be a little bit ahead. In fact, in China we'll be ahead of our competitors, because we're the only what should I say, complex economy that's done a deal, although South Korea looks like they've just signed one.
Terrific. Rowan Callick, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.